So you weren't impressed with this business roundtable statement where the CEOs said that they care about more than the stock price? You think they're really just trying to get people to think they care?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not impressed because it doesn't say anything more than we care. You know, it doesn't call for any kind of regulation or changes in tax policy or changes in how CEOs are paid. It's just kind of messaging, and it doesn't, and I think it suggests a deeper fear, which is that, you know, the CEOs and kind of corporate America in general has done really well in over the past expansion, but most people in America have not. You know, the gains haven't been spread widely, and they're worried that if the recession could kind of end the party and really affect how people think about the fundamental structure of the economy.
So then what would have substance? You mentioned a couple of things in terms of either policies that CEOs and Business Roundtable could advocate that are specific versus what you think is lip service.
Yeah, I mean, you know, specifically they could outline policies for changing CEO pay or just making it more equitable. For they could talk about the decline of unions in America. You know, all of these kind of pro-worker policies that corporations have fought for a long time. You know, even policies affecting the environment, affecting local communities. I mean, one of the things that's happened in the last 10 years is, you know, many urban areas have faced these huge housing problems because of success there. And, you know, the big corporations that have been at the center of these problems, you know, tech companies in Silicon Valley, for example, have really done very little on these problems. And so, you know, just to outline some kinds of efforts towards caring about these other communities that they say they care about would have been nice. I mean, there's lots of proposals that economists and kind of, you know, public advocates have put forward over the last few years. You know, many of them are kind of in Elizabeth Warren's presidential plan. And the CEOs, I think, are trying to stave off those policies just by saying, you know, they care.
Now, you're a fan of Elizabeth Warren. I don't know that there are a ton of CEOs who are. You think the fact that Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are polling a bit better now than they were, say, even a week ago, is going to factor into CEO messaging around these issues?
Yeah, I mean, I think a Warren presidency and you know, even a Sanders presidency really scares Wall Street, really scares the business community, and, you know, perhaps justifiably. I mean, she wants to rewrite the entire kind of structure of capitalism, and you know, I am in favor of that. I think that the fact that we've had 10 years of record growth that hasn't really trickled down to a lot of Americans is a bad thing for the country, and she's trying to address that. And I think that, you know, CEOs will have to either figure out ways to accommodate those kinds of sentiments, which are kind of widespread on the left and the right in the United States, or just fight them. And I'm not sure that they have figured out as a community what to do. You're right. Warren's presidential campaign is not very popular among Wall Street types, and you know, perhaps it'll stay that way. But I think the fact that, you know, she may do well despite that is a real sign of warning to them.